What's going on, guys? GFY Gaming here doing another Battlefield 1 video, and today I'd like to talk to you guys about the new patch that's going to be releasing pretty soon for Battlefield 1. As you guys know, DICE has been working really hard to get this new patch out that's going to be balancing out weapons, giving us new things, just a lot of new stuff that we have been asking as a community for. Now, these CTE patches will be linked down below. It's from a Reddit post that they have given us, and there's a lot to really try to take in, and believe it or not, there's a lot of stuff in here that's actually coming back from Battlefield 4, which is kind of surprising, especially being that this game is already, what, 5 months in, coming out next month is a new DLC, and a lot of us are still wondering, how are these things weren't in just the start of the game? But anyways, let's get right into the patch notes. So obviously the first one that I'm going to talk about real quick is the increased max class ranks. So as you guys know, the max stops at 10, which means you'll get just every level 10 weapon that's supposed to be good. A couple of them were kind of terrible, the Hewitt, the Southlander 1906. But in reality, we're actually going to be getting a max class rank increase, and this increase is going to raise it from 10 to 50. Now, here is something that really got me. You will be granted some extra nice class flares in the kill card to really taunt your fallen foes. In other words, you'll be getting some new, calling card ideas that were, I guess, were implemented in Hardline and not really noticed because a lot of players stopped playing that game. But it's still going to be nice to see something when you get dropped or whatever by a teammate or a friend, and they'll know when basically you have your overclassed weapon or your overused weapon class, and it's something that it's going to be kind of interesting to see. I'm pretty sure a lot of us are going to be max class ranks already, being that we've played the game since day one and haven't stopped since then, and have over maybe 2-3 million points in just that class alone. But still, it's still something to see. Another thing that's coming back from Battlefield 4 is the ribbons. If you guys remember, ribbons were something that we kind of not got to see a little bit in Battlefield 1. In Battlefield 4, they were used as medic ribbons, revive ribbons, stuff like that, and we didn't really get to see those in Battlefield 1, which was kind of disappointing, and those actually gave a little bit more of an extra XP, and either 500 or 100 XP depending on what you got. And it also shows how good of a player you were based on how many ribbons you got. If you really played the class and really got, say, more revives, it'll show up in the ribbons, and that's how you'll identify of how many revives you got. And I believe it was like 3 revives is 1 ribbon. And it was just something that was kind of interesting to see come back. Now, talking about new changes, we actually have a couple new codexes coming in, and this is the elite codexes for all 8 primary weapons in the game. Now, if you didn't know, we have not gotten codexes for the Villa Perosa, the MG15, any of those. So it makes sense for us to unlock these new codexes, because that is what we're missing right now, just for those. Now, honestly, those are kind of something that I want to have because I unlocked every single codex in the game. I'm not sure if you guys were achievement hunters just like me, but basically I've maxed out the game all the way through. Now we're going to move on to some vehicle fixes. Now, they have fixed the tank driver weapon visual not functioning correctly for players who are using the third-person camera. That's something that's disappointing. I don't know if you guys noticed it yet, but it's something that I've noticed, and a lot of other people who use the tank. The heavy tank is by far the most used weapon of my class, and using the third person is a bitch because it is hard to try to navigate and try to see and pinpoint when you're going to hit somebody. Now, they're also fixing the tank, the heavy tank not showing up on the mini maps, which is something that I've noticed and a lot of people have noticed, and we have noticed it a lot when we try tagging tanks and pop up over the dot, but when you're in the, say, the deploy screen, you won't see the tank on the map. And I've seen that a few times, but hopefully they fix that and understand that and just all that. Now, they're also fixing some parts of the vehicles that were improperly placed in front of the first-person camera while taking or repairing damage to them, which means if your vehicle loses either a minigun on the sides or something like that, then obviously there are going to be some issues with those props not being placed properly. Now, there are a bunch of UI fixes, and I'm not going to go over any of them, but let's just say that DICE has put a lot of work in fixing their UI. And if you guys haven't noticed, the UI has been really buggy lately on all 3 consoles and platforms, and it's just been hard. Now we got some weapon fixes, and this is just some random weapon fixes that were needed into improving improving a lot. All right. They're gonna fix the side gun mesh not rendering in third-person spectator, depending on which weapon you use, and that's particularly the seat that's being spectated. They're also fixing the Tankor 1918 elite weapon to replenish ammo, which means it will be picking up 4 rounds at a time. Bayonet charges kills should now be properly awarded service stars. And they're fixing the Martini Henry's K bullet, which is something that we have not really seen since the use of it in a while. The Martini Henry was one of the better weapons of the game, and seeing that they're increasing the K bullet's behavior is something that's better. They're increasing the load times of the autoloader extended, as well as improving the self-slider 1906 aim accuracy, reduced recoil, and decreased spread, which means it's going to be more of a stable weapon for, I guess you could say, marksmen. Increasing horizontal recoil of the Lewis optical and the M1909 optical by 10% when ADSing. That's something that you guys haven't seen yet. They're also decreasing the recoil of the low weight rifle from 6 to 7, making it more of a stable gun. Increasing damage of the Martini Henry between 30 and 80 meters slightly, so which means that we'll actually see the Martini Henry come back even more powerful than it was just in the last patch, where it decreased the damage completely, almost making it unusable. The impact grenades are getting a little bit more of a decrease in damage as well. It is going from an 80% damage down to a 72% damage, leaving it a little bit more useless compared to frag grenades, but still having its effects take damage. Now, the 12 gauge automatic shotgun is also getting a little bit more of a increase in pellets. There's a lot of things that are going on between each version of it. The extended will be having an increase of pellets. The Blackboard will reduce pellet cones. The Hunter will also reduce pellet cones. If you guys haven't noticed, the Hunter has become kind of a Model 10A, which is something that we cannot have. And like you guys know, the Model 10 Hunter has become one of the most deadly weapons in close quarters engagements. Well, the Model 10A Slug is actually getting an increase in a lot of things. There's been some changes with it. Just a lot of stuff that's been going on. Automatico is now getting the proper name. If you guys haven't noticed, it's actually been called the Modelo 1918 in a few areas, and that's actually getting changed out and fixed. A lot of the weapons are also getting their cylinder animations fixed as well to match up with the animation and time. There are going to be some tweak delays between some weapons to better match the animations, such as the Rigatti, the Mondragon, the Self-Slider 1906, Bodeo, and the Bulldog. Now, we also have some increased horizontal recoil by 14.3%, and those weapons are the Automatico Trench, the Hellregal Factory, the M1909 Storm, the Mazdan Storm, the MG15 Storm, and the Bar Storm. Notice how they're all storms too, by the way. That's increasing a lot of things on there. We are also reducing horizontal recoil on some of the self-loading rifles, such as the loading, auto-loading, the M1907, and that's pretty crazy. They're also up the recoil decrease of the low-weight self-loading rifle, increasing damage on the Martini Henry between 30 and 80 meters slightly, which is something that I was talking about before, and reducing the damage of impact grenades again from 80 to 72. Now, for all you spectator lovers out there, there is a huge amount of patch notes for the spectator, as well as some gameplay fixes, which I cannot cover at this time, but I will cover the custom games fixes. Now, this is some stuff that the community has asked for, and by God, we got it. We now have the ability for custom servers to have behemoths on and off, and also to toggle the squad leader only spawn system, which means you will now spawn on your squad leader just as you did in past Battlefield games prior to Battlefield 4. Hopefully you guys enjoyed these just these patch notes. If you guys really want to see everything to go with these patch notes, go ahead and just check down below into the description. It'll have everything listed for the patch notes, as well as some other stuff and some new things about the CTE signups as well. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you guys did and are excited for the new spring patch, go ahead and drop a like, share, and comment down below what you guys are going to be interested in seeing in this new update. Anyways, guys, I'm JFY Gaming. Subscribe for more Battlefield 1 content, and I'll be seeing you guys in the deployment screen. Peace.